Emma Harris moved into apartment 3B with 2 black eyes, a split lip, and a suitcase that still smelled like cigarettes and cheap whiskey. The place was nothing special. Old paint peeled from the walls like sunburnt skin. The fridge groaned every few minutes like it had a stomachache. The radiator hissed and spit steam at all hours, like it was angry to still be alive. But it was cheap and quiet. And more importantly, it was his name that wasn't on the lease. Emma slept on a borrowed mattress the first few nights. No bed frame, no furniture, just a few thrift store blankets, and the hope that if she kept her phone turned off long enough, he'd stop trying to call. She didn't even notice the voices at first, just odd little sounds, whispers, like wind through a keyhole, or maybe something scuttling in the walls. It started on the 3rd night. She was half asleep, wrapped in the hum of the city outside and the radiator's moody breathing, when she heard it. "Don't go in the dark." Just that. Whispered, high and quick. A child's voice. Emma sat bolt upright, heart pounding in her chest like a drum. She waited. Nothing. Must have been a dream. Or maybe a neighbor's TV. She told herself that. Tried to believe it. The next morning, she asked the guy across the hall, Rodney, who smelled like onions and always wore Red Sox gear, if there were any kids in the building. "Nope," he said, scratching his belly through a stained t-shirt. "Just sad old bastards and broke college kids." "Why?" She didn't answer, just forced a smile and went back inside. The whispers came again the next night, louder this time, more than one voice. "She's coming. Don't let her out. Don't let her out." Emma stood barefoot in the dark living room, staring at the cracked hardwood floor. Her skin prickled. The voices were coming from beneath it. She knelt down, pressed her ear to the boards, and heard crying. Children, several. Soft, frightened sobs. A girl's voice repeating the same thing over and over. "She still lives here. She still lives here." Emma screamed and stumbled back. That night she didn't sleep, just sat in the corner with a kitchen knife, watching the floor. Emma had always been sensitive. As a kid, she used to see things her mother told her weren't there. Doors that opened by themselves, shadows that moved when they shouldn't. Her mom called it imagination. Her ex-boyfriend called it crazy. But Emma knew the truth. Some people were born with eyes that saw more. And this place, this goddamn apartment, was full of things no one should see. She started digging into the building's history, took the train to the library, spent hours on microfilm and old archives. What she found made her stomach turn. Before it was a rundown apartment building, the place had been St. Mercy's home for lost children, an orphanage that operated from 1911 to 1952. In 1952, it burned. No one knew how it started. The official reports said electrical fault, but the papers whispered something darker. 9 children were never found. And the woman who ran the place, Sister Callista, disappeared without a trace. Emma came home that night feeling like the whole world had tilted sideways. The air in the apartment was colder. The shadows stretched too long, even with the lights on. She tried to leave, packed a bag, opened the door, and there she was, a little girl, standing in the hallway, pale skin, stringy black hair, hollow black eyes, no whites. She looked up and whispered, "She knows you're listening," then vanished. The apartment door slammed shut behind Emma with a bang that rattled the frame. Over the next few days, the whispers got worse. Sometimes she heard them chanting. Other times they begged her to help. They scratched at the floor beneath her bed at night, tiny fingernails clawing at the wood. She pulled up the boards. There was dirt underneath. Black, damp soil packed hard like cement. And bones, small ones, a jaw, a rib, something that looked like a child's shoe, half rotted. That night, the girl appeared again. this time inside the apartment. Emma didn't scream. She was too tired for that now. She just looked at the girl and said, "Who is she?" The girl raised a hand and pointed toward the hallway. She never left. The next part, Emma doesn't really remember clearly. Something took over. She found herself breaking through the floor, digging with her bare hands. The knife from the kitchen clenched between her teeth, dirt under her nails, the voices guiding her. And finally, there she was, Sister Callista, or what was left of her. She was no longer human, all teeth and sunken flesh, a face twisted into something monstrous. She lunged from the shadows beneath the floorboards with a screech like metal tearing. But Emma was ready. The knife found its mark, again and again, until there was only silence. Afterward, the apartment was different. Still old, still falling apart, but quiet. No more whispers, no more crying, just peace. Emma stayed. She got a cat, got a job at the diner 2 blocks down, started sleeping through the night again. Sometimes she still hears the kids, but they're laughing now, playing. She leaves toys near the vent just in case, and when new tenants move in downstairs, she always gives them the same advice. Don't ignore the voices. They're just trying to warn you.